What's up, guys? Here with you with FC Wonderkid. Here with my guy, Bretson. How are you?
I don't know. It's surreal every time you say it. I'm doing really well. And, I mean, this is what? 3 of 3 today. We've got like 55 more clips to do. So let's get rolling. We are starting with Group B today, correct?
Yes. Group B, best lineup and predictions of the group, okay? Because we're closer than ever to this World Cup. And please, community, comment down below which video do you want to see tomorrow, the next day, before the World Cup, community. But yes, Group B, predictions time. So, what is your main prediction as it seems for Group B?
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I think it's going to be a toss-up. I think it's going to be like that time when the U.S. topped a group very narrowly. And
Top a
England,
group?
I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying it's going to be extra close. It's going to come down to goal difference in a lot of places. But I am going to say, in the end, I'm going to go the boring route. I'm going to say England 1. The USA 2.
No Wales! No Wales!
Iran 3. Wales 4.
Wales 4th!
Yep.
Wales 4th!
I don't like Gareth Bale.
First time in 64 years that Wales goes to the World Cup, and they go 4th.
Yeah. You know, and when you say that, it's hard to think that they're going to waste it because what are they, the Dragons, the whatever. I mean, they do know how to put on a show at a big tournament. They did at the Euros.
They beat Ukraine in the playoffs.
And so they come up big. That's why I'm saying, I mean, it's an absolute toss-up, but Wales doesn't show dominance. Iran does not show dominance. The U.S. does not show dominance. And England, as of late, does not show dominance. So the Group B is insane.
True.
Even though on paper, England has the better players.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And
I
even
thought you were
on
gonna
paper,
say something else. I thought you just cursed at me.
Fuck. And I gotta say too, England on paper has got the best, and the second on paper is the U.S. in my opinion. Like in terms general, okay, not counting Bale at Wales, but the rest, I think you guys have a really stacked midfield compared to the others.
We do.
Musa, McKennie, Giorena, Brendan Aronson.
Yeah.
Pulisic can be considered if he's at that 10 role.
Yeah.
But
Adams.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
England tops the group in my opinion. I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna edge with US now.
Okay.
But I won't be surprised if Bale just goes crazy in this World Cup. And Bale is one of the icons of the World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be shocking.
I don't know. I just think he met his life's purpose when he broke my heart beating the Philadelphia Union in MLS Cup. I think he says, you know what? That is the largest event in my entire life. I don't need to go to the World Cup and play really well anymore. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent here. But I am with you. Yes, Gareth Bale. This is primed for Gareth Bale territory. And there are a lot of pretty good upstart players. You know, Harry Wilson. There's Aaron Ramsey can still do a trick.
True.
There are still a lot of good players on this Wales team. So it's gonna be fun. But this is one of those groups that honestly could be turned on its head.
Completely.
Because you know one draw is literally all it takes to change the whole fabric of Group B, and I think that will happen, and I think you're in agreement that will happen, that there will be some shock results here. But it is not, if you take all the groups, this is the one with the lowest average ranking.
Is it?
It is. Now, I don't know if that was pre the most recent FIFA rankings.
Okay.
But it is that is current back to the last rankings that I looked at. I believe it was an average 20th or average 19th. And I know the U.S. is like 14th. Wales is maybe a little bit further behind, and England's pretty high. So if you average out all four, Iran's pretty high too. It is right around 20. So this is a tough group.
It is a tough group. And I like how you're mentioning Iran, because Iran deserves a lot of credit. Kashkeroj is back. Okay. He was called back from 2018. We saw how defensive he played, okay, in that World Cup. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Iran got a 0-0 result, or someone couldn't score one goal in a game against Iran in this World Cup, okay? 0 goals in a game. I'm not saying who, okay? England can even butcher it. We never know.
Yep.
But I know you're happy about the selection of England before we get to the final best lineup predictions and all sorts of things. What happened, man? No Tomori is disrespectful. Best center back in Serie A.
Yeah.
How can that happen?
I mean, you went from saying that we were happy, which we were happy with the James Madison. Happy with James Madison. We agree that he should be there. But yes, no, I was going to then turn that on its head and say, but we're also mad because Fikayo Tomori should absolutely be there. Whether it's for Connor Cody, whether it's for, I know a lot of people think for Harry Maguire. He's never dropping Harry Maguire. I'm sorry. He's not leaving the field. Okay, he might leave the field, but he's not leaving the 18
roster.
or the match day roster. But James Madison is a win because that is straight form. That is all form. And, vice versa, you can say that's also how James Ward-Prowse played his way off the team because Ward-Prowse, all he had to do was hit maybe, 2 free kicks for Southampton, and Southampton had to avoid some big defeats recently. And JWP probably was going to be on the squad. But when it comes down to it, I think it's a pretty fair roster drop. I think I don't know.
In terms of striker, no Ivan Toney. I disagree here.
But I like that. Okay. Oh, right. That's the one.
I go Ivan Toney, and I'm going to give credits to Callum Wilson. Okay. Great shout. But I'm going to give credit to Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe managed to do, Callum Wilson looked so good in the recent weeks with Newcastle that it just was he's got to go to the World Cup. Yeah. And
although that didn't work with Joe Linton and Brazil as if he ever had a chance.
But Bruno Guimaraes is there. Newcastle has a bit of a player there.
But just imagine Ivan Toney elsewhere. Maybe under Eddie Howe. Who knows? But
Nick Pope's there. Nick
Pope is there and deserves to be there. Dan Burn from Newcastle did not make it, but I just think Callum Wilson. Ivan Toney can do a lot of the same stuff Callum Wilson can do, but Callum Wilson is just scalding hot right now.
But I've got problems when I see Southgate saying, I won't pick players based on reputation. How can you say that when you have Maguire, when you have Luke Shaw, when you have Calvin Phillips that only played 53 minutes this season?
Eric Dyer. Maybe.
No, Dyer, he's playing. I think he's playing well.
You think
this
he's playing
season.
well? Okay.
Better. Phillips not even playing.
They lost to Nottingham Forest.
But for me, it's just insane, how he says that.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips is a weird one for me, especially when I believe there are choices they could.
Yeah, there definitely is. And there's another too. I just want to give shout out to Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. That is the only player in this English squad that plays outside of the Premier League. Jude Bellingham at 19 is the only player outside of the Prem.
It's pretty baffling. What is this, the Italian squad? I mean, that's what it used to be back in the day, right? You look at Italy. I mean, Serie A has always been
very proud.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's crazy, man. Jude at 19 too. You'd expect being an older player. No, it's the 19-year-old.
Listen, I know Sancho is sitting on a pile of cash.
But
he was not missing England squads when he was playing for Borussia Dortmund.
Exactly. And Sancho must be thinking, was United the best decision?
But then on the flip side, Fikayo Tomori wins a flippin' Scudetto with AC Milan and is on track to potentially at least, try and take Napoli down for another one, and he can't even get a sniff.
And you even have Mark Gay too. Gay, you can say he's better than Maguire too this season. Yeah. It's not even a jab. I really think Maguire's been so poor in form, people. And everyone, tell us down below if you agree with us that Maguire is just based on reputation.
And for everyone that needs to understand this, he was first with a Harry Maguire hate. Okay, it's not hate. It is pure validated criticism that I was late to. I'm unbridled in my annoyance with Harry Maguire. Yeah. I don't know what it is. But on the flip side, I do want to say, just so the previous reference to Callum Wilson does not just go. I was saying in the last podcast?
Yes, you did.
I did say that Callum Wilson deserved a shout at least, and then you brought up the good point that he probably is going to put him against Ivan Toney. Well, we saw who won today.
And Tammy.
And Tammy's gone.
And Tammy Abraham too. That was the shocking.
But we've all been waiting for Tammy to heat up. And last season at this time, he had started to heat up already. And this is the downside. This is the downside to having a winter tournament. Because if it takes you a time, I mean, Harry Kane might have not gone if this was the middle of last year.
Fucked.
Okay?
No,
he probably would have gone.
He would have gone.
But I'm just saying, you know, Harry Kane, you would have actually had maybe a small little question mark around him because he had only what? He didn't start scoring until October last year.
True.
And then he scored 20 plus, brilliant goals. But when it comes down to it, this is a weird time to have a World Cup for injury purposes, as we see, but also for this form purpose. Because if you're not in form, you're not going.
If you're not in the right place at the wrong time at this stage, you're gonna suffer. But yes, you click for the best lineup of Group B, and I've got some questionable choices, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, definitely questionable.
But with Group B with England, Iran, Wales, and USA, best lineup. Look, I'm gonna start Pickford in goal. Okay, complete. Like he's the man. Ramsdale is playing better. I agree with that. But if Pickford for England is breed different.
Yeah, so I'm reading this a little bit differently in that not best 11 as in this is the best player. This is best 11 for me of who is likely to go the boldest in the group stage. Okay. So that is why, and some bias is going to come across here. I wanted to almost put the Iranian goalkeeper, who I can't remember the name of, unfortunately, right now. But when I thought about it, Matt Turner is not going to let this pass him. Okay. Ooh. Matt Turner is here for a reason. If you've read the Matt Turner story, it is all sorts of good and what he's done for the Revs and to land on the radar of Arsenal. That is a big deal. Yes, he is the backup. I understand this. But Matt Turner is ready to show what he can do here, and he's got nobody standing in his way. So I'm gonna pick Matt Turner. While I do understand that right now Jordan Pickford or even Aaron Ramsdale, who's in front of him, is the better goalkeeper. So I'm gonna go with that because I think he's gonna have to do wonders for the U.S. because that defense is weak.
Matt Turner to go bold. You heard it here first at FC Wonderkid, man. So left back, Luke Shaw. Is my choice. Luke Shaw, okay, based on reputation, okay, and to be fair, he's playing well these last games for United.
Yeah, few.
You can see like competition with Malacia has improved his form at United, and Erik ten Hag, he's doing things as he's got to do. I think it's going well. I think it was the right call.
Yeah, well, I'd agree.
Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, no Ben Chilwell, who I think would be starting based on his form.
I agree.
But then again, I mean, Chelsea's, what are they? 3 losses in a row since Chilwell went down, or is that 2?
I'd say
1 injured while, or whatever.
Yeah.
My left back, though, I'm going to show bias again, I guess. No, Jedi Robinson.
What?
Jedi Robinson at left back. Jedi Robinson at left back. He's the one that's got Fulham, along with Tim Ream, along with that back line there.
That's bold.
He's the one. I think you're going to see him bombing forward a whole lot. Maybe bombing forward a little more than Luke Shaw is going to be bombing forward. But it really is going to come down to whether or not he can actually play defense when the time comes, and I think he's going to have to. So I think he's going to have a bold tournament. So I'm going to say Jedi Robinson, and I don't think I have many Americans left after this. I promise, but we'll see.
Oh, man, we'll see. You're cooking here with the Americans. I'm going to say center back, so Joe Rodon and Stones. I think Joe Rodon will be key for Wales in this World Cup if they're going to surprise. And I'm not going to pick Maguire, definitely. That's fucked. I'm never going to pick Maguire, man. And Stones is elite. But Stones has improved a lot.
I mean, there was something that caught Spurs' eye back in the day when they bought him and then, cast him aside again. But Joe Rodon has had good games.
Yeah,
he has. And he has been big. I know, I forget which game it was, but I'm pretty sure there was a game where he put up like 17 or 18 clearances. It might have even been the playoff final. I don't remember. And that might have also been a lie. But my center back, I'm going to put Stones.
Okay.
I'm going to put Stones, and I am going to hope. There's 2 hopes here, and either one would make it in there. But I'm going to put Stones, and I'm going to put Kyle Walker.
Okay,
I'm going to put Kyle Walker. I hope he's healthy enough to play. If he's not healthy enough to play, I hope it's Ben White that actually gets that start.
Ahead of Maguire.
Ahead of Maguire.
He's going to start, though.
He is going to start.
Oh.
So anyone that's coming here for actual starting 11s, probably
not. maybe by the end of the tournament, people will be saying Ben White should have started.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's a win.
But Ben White could even see some time at right back. Trippier's there. I get it.
Connor Cody too there.
Connor
Cody, I love the man. He's on loan, from Wolves to Everton. But a man on loan is even ahead of Tomori. I can't even Marquet. I'm gonna say it again. Those two, I would pick ahead of Connor Cody.
But the one saving grace for Cody is that if Cody wasn't there, if Tarkowski wasn't there, Everton would not be where they are in the table right now.
I agree. That is fucked.
So they are just a clearance gobbling machine back there. They will throw their body at anything, and you do need somebody on the roster that'll do that. I'm of the opinion that Tomori can do that as well, but Connor Cody will sacrifice his body for anything.
It's true. That is true.
So to have that type of kind of rough and tumble player is maybe good, and maybe Southgate's got the right idea. Although inexpensive Tomori, I still wrestle with it.
Okay, and then right back. Who'd you have?
Okay.
Who's your right back?
Okay. No, it's the most informed right back at the moment. It's Kieran Trippier.
Same.
Absolutely. I think he could be huge for them. He's done it in the past. And he's been huge for Newcastle. So that's it.
I can play at left back.
And you can play at left back.
So Luke Shaw competition right there. I agree with you. Trippier is my choice too.
Easy.
So a lot of English players on my end, I'll be honest. But who would you pick different, community? While we're saying our picks, put in the comments section, who would you pick that's different from us?
You did mention Nico Williams at one point.
I did mention him, but then I said, just gonna...
It's that Nottingham Forest. It's like the inconsistency of being able to kind of get things off the ground. Nico Williams has every ability to do some good stuff for them.
I agree, but it's just, maybe it's way too bold right now to say Nico Williams.
Still young. We'll see.
So here with the midfield, I play in a 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
And in midfield, I got Rice and Jude Bellingham. I think these two should start for England. And I feel like Jude Bellingham is gonna come to this World Cup saying, Gavi won the Golden Boy. What about me? I'm gonna get the big move this summer. So Jude Bellingham, I think, is gonna go crazy, and he will be dictating that midfield in the World Cup for England. I believe in that.
I do. What would it be? Everyone believes that right now, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
What would the world be like if Jude Bellingham has an absolutely stinker of a first World Cup? First off, he's young enough to bounce back.
Exactly.
But can we just explore this potential option where he doesn't play as dominating as he does? I can't see a world where that actually happens right now, considering how good and how he has literally turned into the leader for a Borussia Dortmund team that is schizophrenic but phenomenal. So you got Rice, you got Bellingham?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add 2 in there because I got a diamond going here. I'm playing a 4-4-2, people.
Okay.
All right, and in this 4-man diamond, I've got at the bottom Tyler Adams.
Okay.
I think we mentioned it in the U.S. preview. I think Tyler Adams has to be one of the most important players for the U.S. men's national team if they want to get out of the group, if they want to get out of the round of 16. Then I'm going to have in center mid.
Yes.
Tandem. Rice and Bellingham.
Okay.
But then at the top of the diamond, I'm going to Christian
Pulisic.
I have a lot of U.S. players here, mainly because I just feel there's a little pent up insanity that's about to come out of them because we've been talking them down for so long after how hard it was for qualifying, how they couldn't scrape a win, how they got beat by Costa Rica on the last day so soundly. I just think that they're ready to pop off, and I really, really hope I'm right. Some of that is countrymen speaking, but another part of me 100% believes it because Christian Pulisic can turn up when he needs to. Tyler Adams is turning up when he needs to. Jedi Robinson has had some phenomenal games so far. So I don't think I'm out of the realm of over-Americanism here. I'm definitely, I'm forgetting some Welsh players and forgetting some Iranian players, but we save for the best for last.
But I said Rice and Jude, but I think like at the end of the tournament, Tyler Adams or Joe Allen. We can't forget Joe Allen in this conversation, okay? And I put Pulisic too in that 10 role, because I feel like he will be the one making those decisions going forwards. And Ramsey. Let's not forget Aaron Ramsey. We could see him going ball too in this World Cup.
Can't be all Gareth Bale, right? Well, Joe Allen is the elder statesman of that Welsh team, and he can get. How old is he now? He's not that old.
35, 34, 35.
Feels like he's been in the game forever.
The last facts and the change of haircut too. I remember, like, oh my, he was iconic with that long hair, Joe Allen. Like, that was such a good Euros from Wales.
Well, now they've got a chance. What did you say? 64 years. 64 years since Wales has been in the World Cup. You might have already said that, but that is ridiculous. It's been 8 years since the U.S. men's national team was in it, and we are
higher standards. We got higher standards.
Well, you know what I'd like to see on Twitter? The release happened.
Yes.
Everybody got angry about it, for the most part, and then everyone, for some reason, uniformly agreed. Wait, we're in the World Cup. Why don't we just back our players instead of just, overanalyze into it? And that's probably what we should do. It's probably what every team should do. You're in the World Cup. It's starting soon.
But still no Pepe. But still no Pepe. Just want to say that.
We're going to invite Ricardo Pepe. I think
you heard it. Pepe, come on, man.
He's probably got better things to do. He's probably got a lot better things to do. But
but now
strike force.
You have 4-4-2, I'd say,
I got
with those 4 midfielders.
Yeah.
I'd say my 3 up front. So I got Saka, I got Kane, and I got Bale. I got Saka, Kane, and Bale. That's the front 3.
Okay. All right. All right.
I gotta put Bale. It is
just amazing to me how Gareth Bale has worked his way into lore, right? He is infallible when it comes to playing for Wales.
Killing it at LAFC and now at Wales.
Killing it. He had 5. We had one job to make sure he did not jump for that head ball. One job. Anyway, okay, my strike force is 2. And I will go with Harry Kane because I think he's going to follow up his last World Cup with another good World Cup because why not? But I do have to shout out Mehdi Taremi. Mehdi Taremi is just on a tear again this year. I don't care that for some reason, people like to paint him as a dive artist. He might like theatrics every now and again, but who doesn't?
De Bruyne did it, right?
Yeah, I mean, De Bruyne definitely did it. Jedi Robinson knows that firsthand.
Ooh.
I mean, he was the one, I believe, that hit him, right? He was the one that touched his toe,
yes.
and he went down as if his, head fell off. I honestly believe Mehdi Taremi, if there's going to be goals coming from Iran, it's going to be, obviously, from Mehdi Taremi, and that's not a bold statement.
Or Azmoun.
It could be from Sardar Azmoun, but I haven't seen it with Leverkusen just yet.
I agree.
But that doesn't mean he can't do it with Iran. Iran is going to be, I think it's more transition play instead of build-up. So there's strong defense, and I do think that there are some other names we'll remember from Iran, even if we don't know them right now, when all is said and done. But it's so close. It's so close.
So I'm just going to say my best Group B lineup has Pickford, Luke Shaw, Joe Rodon, Stones, and at the right, Trippier. And then this is my midfield with Rice, Jude, Pulisic, and my 3 forwards, Saka, Kane, and Gareth Bale.
I love the Saka shout, too, because he is going to be important for them.
Going to be bold. I believe in him.
All right, my best 11 for Group B, we're going to go Pickford. No, Matt Turner. Matt Turner. Did I change my mind? No. Matt Turner, we've got a goalkeeper. We've got it at the right, Kieran Trippier. We've got Stones and Walker in central defense. We've got Jedi Robinson on the left. In the midfield, we've got Adams at DM and Rice and Bellingham in the midfield. Pulisic at cam, and then we've got Taremi and Kane up front. I think my team could beat your team.
You reckon?
I don't know. Well, you have like 90% England.
It's true.
You do, and you got Gareth Bale.
It's true. But let me ask you this: between Foden, Mount, and Saka, who do you think? No, Foden, Mount, and Conor Gallagher. Who do you think will be more important? Midfielders.
Conor Gallagher. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out. Conor Gallagher.
You
being
know me.
selected.
I am the biggest fan of Conor Gallagher's development, but I don't think he deserves to be on this team.
Ooh! Would you pick JWP ahead?
No, I wouldn't. I probably should have thought of who I would have put ahead before I did that, because they do look relatively devoid of midfielders when you look at it, you know.
That's true.
And they've also got Calvin Phillips, who's played all of like 10 minutes in the last 100 days or 300 days.
Jared Bowen.
So who was it? Who was it though? Who were the
Bowen.
three you gave me? Phil Foden. I canceled
Foden,
Gallagher.
Mount, and Gallagher.
No. I mean, I'm gonna have to say Phil Foden because he's got that it factor. You know, I think he's gonna turn up, maybe do something big. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of Bukayo Saka in this, and I know he wasn't named, but I honestly believe I agree with you that he's gonna be huge. The same way I think Gio Reyna could wind up on this with a few, you know, masterful show. You got to remember he shows out for Dortmund, the same team that Bellingham shows out for, except Reyna is coming back from injury. But the World Cup doesn't care about your injuries, right? The World Cup is the World Cup, and it's all about the moments. You know, when England failed to get out of the group, we only won our group back in the day when Timmy Howard threw it out and Landon Donovan knocked home a rebound in the last seconds versus Algeria. It doesn't matter how you get into the round of 16. You just got to get into the round of 16.
Facts.
And then every game is life. So, I don't know. I mean, England should win this group.
And the top goal scorer, would you say between Kane and Bale?
Not Bale.
Ah!
No, I don't think Wales is going to be putting up that many numbers.
Sheesh.
So I would have to say Kane. I just don't know who England runs it up against, and I'm hoping it's not the U.S.
Oh, and if there's a goal scorer, it'd be Pulisic in your team.
Well, FIFA simulation does not lie. So 5 goals for Pulisic. Yeah, I think, you know, one of our strikers that everybody's been deadpanning, everybody's been saying negative things about, I think one of them could do some good things. Jesus Ferreira hasn't figured out how to finish much yet in big games. But that doesn't mean he can't do it. He's certainly talented enough. He's 21 years old, and he has scored a lot. But
still no Pepe.
Different stage, but still no Pepe.
But people, tell us down below your best lineups and your predictions for Group B. We want to know your scoop and your thoughts about this group. Do not forget to like this video if you're listening until now. And please, community, subscribe to FC Wonderkid on YouTube.
Muito obrigado.